Finally made it back to the shop. I chewed on it for a long time on Ron's pistons on how high that protrusion is, and I don't know what to say to that. Here's what we did. Pulled out a whole bunch of blocks. This one's standard 18 millimeters, standard 18 and standard 18. And the cylinder, though, here, let's look. I got a little bit of pitting there. This is not one we're using. These are standard size though. But I also found a 20 over, or a 20 millimeter. Found a 20 millimeter block. No bolts right here, it means it's a 20. And the clearance is 2 thousandths. That is wonderful. So I'm gonna put this in, I'm taking the bed plate off right now, and we're gonna put it in here and do a ball hone on it. See how good the cylinders came out, and then we're gonna go ahead and take it over to the surfacer and surface another block. Let's get that all done and get it prepped and ready. And I think before we go messing with the protrusion numbers, we got a couple 40s, or we got 140, a 38, a 39, a 37. I think I'd rather just go ahead and just grab a different block. We've got them over there, so we'll grab a different one, surface it normally, and this will probably put us, well, that 28 was high down there, so, I mean, probably put us in the 30 to 30. Well, who knows? I don't even know. You know, fact of the matter is we're not gonna have to hopefully cut that block as much as we cut this block. So all those numbers will be fine if we take, 4 thousandths. Take 5 off of every single one of them, and we'll have great numbers. We'll have good, it'll be great. It'll be fine. Just weighing on the balance. Ron asked me, and it hit me. I was like, wow, yeah. If we go shaving the top off of that 40 right there, it's gonna change the weight on it. It's gonna be lighter, and the balance is not gonna be the same. We might test it real quick, grab a piston, go ahead and stand off a little bit on it, see how much the weight changes versus how many thousandths we take off the top. But while we got here, it was light out, it wasn't raining, everything was all good, so I just went over and grabbed all the engine blocks, or grabbed a bunch of engine blocks. That way, just in case, we'll just grab another block, you know, rather than worry about how much we surfaced. Let's just start with a fresh block, surface it how we're supposed to, put it all together. Generally, we'll have the same results we've always gotten in the past. It's just when that one with the head gasket failure all messed up, and the deck surface took 11 thousandths to 9 to 11 thousandths to clean up. That's too much. That's too much. So yeah, that's what we're doing right now. Okay, we'll pull this off and set this up here, and let's get a ball honed. Let's go ahead and take a closer look at this block, untouched. It's no ridge. It actually looks great. It feels great. It feels really good. Obviously a bunch of rust everywhere. A little bit of rust back here on this, but it is a 20 millimeter. And a little bit of rust here. Nothing inside the journals. That looks all right. No cam bearings in it. This side, pretty much the same thing. Does not look like a failure. Who knows what's going on with it. It's been sitting for a long, long time. I checked it a little bit, but it's dirty. I didn't want to, I wiped off a spot and checked it in a couple of cylinders. And it had 2 thousandths clearance. So that's 1 thousandths tighter than Ron's existing block. So that is very good news. So let's go ahead and just ball hone it real quick and see what the heck happens. We'll wipe it out first with, that's freaking disgusting. Let's look in there and see what it looks like. Oh, I can't really, yeah, see, it does not look bad at all. This is a very good block, actually. Standard size. You have now seen me pull just about anything out of the boneyard down to a very wonderful, rebuildable, standard size engine block. That's very nice. I got a couple that are ready to assemble. Tanner marked a bunch of them, ready to assemble. These are 18 millimeter standard size with no ridge. We got a boneyard, pretty good one too. Deglazing a cylinder. Let's go ahead. I haven't looked at any one of them yet, but let's see. I mean, it got a little bit of stuff right there, but it's not too bad. Oh, what is that? Oh, that's where I wiped it. I didn't wipe the top. That's the old, yeah. You would expect that's what it would look like everywhere. That's what it did. Well, yeah. Little spots in it. That's before we wipe it. Honestly, I think we can call that good. Those little spots right there. Little one right there. As far as having wear though, check this out. I mean, look, the light pretty much, there is no, oh here, let me show that off, there we go. Yeah. All right, we can sit here and look at this, whether or not we ball hone one more time or call it done. I mean, you know, could just leave well enough alone. That looks pretty freaking good. Go to the top, see how it looks up there too. Got a little line up there coming close, let's see. Oh, you can feel just a hair of a ridge right there, right there. Just a little bit. You can see in the reflection, it's not much. Might actually be a carbon ridge, actually just a little bit at the very top, because I can feel it, it's sticking up, and then it goes back down. You see it? I think it's just a carbon ridge right at the top of the ring, and the ball hone hasn't chewed it all the way off yet, because I haven't done anything to cylinders other than ball hone them. I like them though. Looks like we just pulled it out, and that's gonna take the place of Ron's block, because I don't wanna mess with sanding off the pistons. I believe that if we surface this block to whatever cleans it up, hopefully 5 thousandths, throw that rotating assembly in it, and I think we'll be golden. I don't know, I think I'm gonna go ahead and do some more. It's not gonna hurt it too much. Would I check the clearance? Let's check that real quick right now, since I'm gonna ball it more. 2 1/4 thousandths, so that is good. Let's check this one. Consistent. 2 thousandths. Oh, sorry, whoops. 2 thousandths. Next one. This is the size of the piston. This is set at the side. Ooh, that could be a little bigger. That's a little tight. 1 1/2. Well, maybe I'll ball hone that one a little more. It's 2 standard. Almost 2 standard. That's under 2. Oh my goodness. All right, so this will be absolutely wonderful. I'm gonna let her eat quite a bit and do another, I don't know, maybe 20 strokes on each cylinder, and just maybe 30, I don't know. Let's just let her eat a little bit, and maybe we can take a lot of the lines and stuff out of it. We'll see. We'll see. But we're not gonna get too carried away. It would actually run right there just like that. We could actually be done. I mean, I might just call it done. Because, you know, it looks pretty freaking good. Now, I don't really want to worry about this, about there being any kind of burrs, because it's sat for a while and there's been little rust pieces. So in order to make sure that there's no little pieces, burrs, to hold up on the bearing, I did a little WD-40 and some 220 grit just by hand, and just rub it just real lightly. I've already done that. I don't need to do it no more. Just enough to knock it off. And then you wind up with a good looking fresh surface that we know doesn't have any kind of little burrs to hold the bearing up. We don't want that. We just pulled this out of the barn, and I need to make it roadworthy, which takes some time. Clean out the bores, clean out everything on the block, just, yeah. And I'm not gonna lie, that is one good looking block right there we just pulled out. Cylinders look good. I mean, that all looks good. We're gonna go ahead and surface it, which I would bet we'd be fine. We don't even have to surface it, but we had the 25, which could have been the block. But we'll go ahead and touch off, clean this block up. There's It could be a little better, but well, we'll see. We'll see how bad it is. There's a couple little pits down in there too. Time will tell. Let's get it over there and open everything back up. I thought we was done. This is the block that we just did. It's already been tested, surfaced. Protrusion's way too freaking high, so we either got to touch the pistons, which would mess with the weight, which would potentially mess with the crankshaft, which would mess with the balance, or we can just simply replace the block and get a different freaking block. So I opt to get a different freaking block. So I did cube off the whole block. It's clean. And mostly it's good to go. It's ready. And so we'll take this whole thing over here, set it over here on this side, and let's surface another one. Let's this is 2 engines in a row that we went to the boneyard and grabbed engine blocks. Man, it's so nice to have that boneyard, isn't it? Look at all those blocks. Yeah, buddy.